friends, I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for inviting us all to come together once again to celebrate Pongal here in the House of Commons. I'm sorry about the problem that's arisen this evening. I'm not quite sure what that was about, but that's something we'll need to get to the bottom of afterwards. But I was just talking to my colleague from East Ham about the fact that there's a tradition developed in my constituency in East Ham of marking Pongal in High Street North in East Ham, a particular spot in the High Street, not far from East Ham Station. We do it every year. We're doing it tomorrow. I'll be there when we finish voting here, around about 8 o'clock. And they put up a makeshift stage, and we have some children dancing. It's a very colourful event, as Pongal always is. Everybody stops and watches what's going on. We have some speeches, and everyone enjoys the evening. And it is a well-established tradition. It was started by a former councillor, the late Paul Satcher-Nason, who I'm sure some of you will have known, good friend of mine. And I'm very pleased, and we'll be announcing tomorrow, that on that spot where we mark Pongal every year in High Street North, East Ham, the council has given permission for a plaque to be erected in memory of Paul. I'm very pleased. We'll have a permanent recollection of Paul, his work as a local councillor. He was a long-serving councillor, the way he represented the whole community and particularly stood up for the Tamil community, and I'm very glad that we'll be able to remember him in that way. As we celebrate like this, we should of course remember some of the things that are going on still in Sri Lanka. I noticed that today the High Commissioner on Human Rights has published a report on conflict-related sexual violence in Sri Lanka, making the point that the problems still have not been properly addressed. Last October, the UN Committee on Disappearances made the point that the office, they welcomed the new powers given to the Office for Missing Persons in Sri Lanka, but also made the point that of the nearly 17,000 people who've been reported as missing to that office, so far the office has been able to trace 23 people. There's such a huge amount that still needs to be done. I think it's absolutely right that politicians, the community, we continue to lobby for change and for a recognition of just what terrible things have been done in Sri Lanka, were done particularly during the conflict, but many of them have continued since. But for now, very, very happy Pongal. Thank you for bringing us all together, and I wish you well for this celebration in the next few days. Thank you very much.